In this video, I'm going to show you how I make this delicious beef fried rice. I made a Reels video the other day and I posted it and it got over 300,000 views in the first couple of days. So trust me, I know you guys are looking for this recipe, so I'm here to give it to you, so keep watching. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Buki. If you're new on this channel, this is where you're going to find amazing food recipes, mostly Nigerian recipes, but you'll find other things too. I post kitchen tips and hacks, and I just share tricks on how to make your everyday life as a home cook simpler and easier so that you can focus on other things, because we have a lot going on in life that we don't need to spend so much time in the kitchen. So I help you simplify the time that you spend in the kitchen. If you haven't already subscribed, you should consider subscribing. Hit the bell also so you don't miss any future videos when I post this amazing content on here. For my beef fried rice, I'm using golden Sella Basmati rice as usual. This is the only rice I cook with and it's so good. If you don't already use it, I think you should consider trying it. I'm also going to use some beef. This is shredded beef and I bought it this way, but you can buy your beef from the market and cut it into thin strips like this if you prefer. I'm also going to use this frozen mixed veg. Now, if you remember from my previous video, I made this frozen mixed veg and I told you guys that it wasn't going to clump together, and just look at that. It's not clumping together. They're like frozen individually, and that's how I like my mixed veg. And so today, I wasn't looking for all of these vegetables, you know, all over the place before shooting this video. I already had it made in the freezer. If you haven't seen that video, I think you should see it and you should start prepping your vegetables this way. I'm going to link it up here for you guys so you can watch it and you can start doing this. There are a few, there are only bell peppers, sweet corn, and carrots in here, but you can add all the other things if you want to. So you didn't see that video, but I made my own frozen green beans by myself. And I just think it's good to do this so that you have all your ingredients on hand when you need them, like I did today. I'm also using this frozen green peas that I bought. This one I bought in a bag. I didn't make it myself. I'm also using some spring onions, some meat stock, and some freshly minced garlic. For seasoning, I'm using this seasoning powder. I'm using some Bayleaves, salt, curry powder, just a tiny bit of curry powder because I don't want it to change the color of my fried rice. I'm using some white pepper and some dried thyme. This dish, you guys, is going to come together quickly, and the way that I make my fried rice is I cook my rice in the stock and then I sort of stir fry my vegetables and then combine it. Some people cook their vegetables in the rice. There are different ways of making fried rice, but this is the way I make my fried rice. And you know this is a no mushy rice zone, so this is the best way that I find gives me the kind of texture and look and taste of fried rice that I like, so stay with me. The way that I start my fried rice is by first making the liquid that I'm going to cook the rice in. So it's going to be my stock, which is beef stock, by the way. I'm going to add some water and then I'm going to season this because this is where the rice is going to cook and this is where the rice is going to get all of its flavor from. So this needs to taste really, really yum. Otherwise, your rice is going to be rubbish. So I'm going to add in my minced garlic here and my bay leaves. Then I'm going to taste it and add whatever needs adding. So I made this beef stock. I cooked the beef myself, so I kind of have an idea what it tastes like, but I'll need to adjust it so that my rice can get maximum flavor also. Okay, it definitely needs some curry powder, just because I would have really skipped curry completely in this recipe because I don't really like that yellowy look that it gives your fried rice. But if you don't mind it, of course you can totally use curry. So there's curry powder, there's dried thyme, there's my white pepper, and I'm only going to add seasoning powder to this and no salt because that's all it needs. Yeah, it tastes perfect. So I'm going to let this boil and then I'm going to add my rice to it. So I get asked a lot of questions about my rice, and this is golden Sella Basmati rice. This is the only rice that I cook with, and I like it because it really has a nice texture to it. It doesn't take a long time to cook, and that's just one of the few reasons why I like it. And people have also asked why I only soak it in hot water and not parboiling like the regular rice. That's because number one, the rice doesn't take a long time to cook, and I find that just soaking it in hot water for 5 to 10 minutes is all the parboiling that it really needs. It can go straight into whatever dish that you're making that way, and it cooks for maybe 15-20 minutes and it's already soft. So I hope that answers the questions that you guys have asked, but if you have any more, ask away. My stock is boiled now, and I'm going to add my rice. I'm going to add a little bit more water, and that's all the water it needs to cook until it's soft. I'm going to add some oil in here and start with frying my beef. I'm going to season the beef so that it has some taste. So I'm going to add some seasoning powder, a little bit of white pepper, onion powder, salt, and some dried thyme. This is not going to take a long time to cook at all. You just need to cook it until it's no longer pink. It's really tender. It will be cooked in a couple of minutes. And you don't need to keep it on fire for too long, otherwise it will toughen up again. My beef is cooked now. You can see that it's no longer pink, it's all brown now. So this is perfect. I'm just going to take it out of this frying pan and get ready to make my vegetables. For the vegetables, I'm going to start with a little bit of oil in the pan. When the oil is hot, I'm going to start with my green beans. And because this is from frozen, make sure that you're doing it on high heat so that it doesn't get soggy. Actually, I'm going to add my peas also. I know some people had questions for me about the mixed veg when it's frozen, and won't it be soggy, won't it be mushy when you then want to use it? No, it won't. If you just cook it from frozen, it won't. I'm going to add the rest of my seasoning here. So that's seasoning powder, salt, white pepper, dried thyme. And now I'm going to add my mixed veg. Don't forget, high heat so it doesn't have any time to cook. It just fries straight away. Of course, there's some water in it, so that's going to release into the oil, but it's going to be absorbed almost immediately because the heat is high. And it's also probably good because these vegetables are raw and needs to be cooked for just a little bit, so that moisture and everything is going to help it cook and not get too soggy. If you find out that you have too much water in it, consider draining it, because the last thing you want is overcooked vegetables. So consider draining the water if you end up with too much water from the vegetables thawing out in the frying pan. You can also taste this to make sure that the seasoning is fine and it has good flavor, so that when it combines with the fried rice, everything tastes really, really yum. So as you can see, there's not a lot of water in mine because my heat is very high, so it's drying up. As the water is being released, it's also drying up, and my vegetables are getting cooked at the same time, and it's just really good. When you feel like it's all cooked, you can turn down the heat so that it doesn't burn. I'm now going to add my beef in here so that everything kind of marries together. This is going to be the yummiest fried rice ever. If you want to have more veggies, you can totally have more veggies in this, but it's beef fried rice, so if you're wondering why I have a lot of beef in here, well, that's why. Okay, I feel like everything is properly cooked now. I'm going to take it off the heat and set it aside and then check on my rice. Just checking on my rice now. My rice is dry. I'm just going to take out the bay leaves because they finished their work. Let me just stir this around now. And then I'm going to add in my vegetables. And then combine. So this is how I make my beef fried rice and pretty much all of my fried rice dishes. Cook the rice separately, cook the veggies separate, and then combine the two. I'm now going to add my spring onions, and this is like a final sort of finishing touch. I only add this towards the end because it doesn't need a long time to cook. And I'm doing this on very low heat, by the way. The steam is going to finish up the cooking, cook the spring onions, make sure that the vegetables and the rice is they're properly infused. So yeah, this is my delicious beef fried rice recipe. It looks absolutely yum, smells yum, and I really can't wait to taste it. I can tell you that my vegetables are crunchy and everything tastes really good. I'm just gonna say, this is the only beef fried rice recipe you need. In fact, this is the only fried rice recipe you need, as well as all the other ones that I posted. But trust me, you want to try this one ASAP. It is so good, so delicious, and I know that you guys are going to like it. You can swap the beef for chicken or liver or shrimps or whatever it is that you like, but I do ask that you try the beef though. Try it and let me know what your thoughts are. If you've enjoyed watching this video, please give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Leave me your questions, your comments, your suggestions down below. I'd love to read them. Follow me on Instagram at The Kitchen Muse, on Twitter at KitchenMuseNG, and I'm going to see you guys in my next video. Stay blessed and stay safe. Bye-bye.